Hey there, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. Sorry that I'm doing this video so late, but it's the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, everybody. I have a big dog that is terrified of the fireworks, so we've been hibernating on the couch, which you can see her head right there, hibernating on the couch all night with her trembling and me having to comfort her. So, now that she's calmed down, I got the main AC back on, I thought now would be a good time to bring you a video. So, I want to talk to you tonight about compatibility. And you hear a lot of people talk about, well, you know, when you get into a relationship or you first start dating somebody, that compatibility is important. I agree. I think that people misconstrue what type of compatibility is important and which one you don't want to be compatible with. And here's my thoughts on it. Now, you may disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. You are entitled to your opinion. Again, this is just my ramblings. If you agree, feel free to reach out, throw some comments down there, text me, email me, whatever. I'm always available. So, when I was younger, I thought compatibility, and I'm sure a lot of people do, compatibility had to do with the things that you liked. Wrong. You don't want somebody that you're compatible with. So if you both like the same music, or you both like kayaking, or you both like hiking, or you both like everything the same, that's going to be boring. That's not the compatibility that's important to maintain a relationship. The compatibility that is of the utmost importance to maintain a healthy relationship is morals and values. Your values. Do your values line up? So if you are somebody who doesn't believe in gambling or partying or any of that, and you get with somebody who you have the same likes in hiking and kayaking and music and everything else, but you don't like to party and you're not a gambler, but they are, that's not going to work. It might be fun at first, but that should be your friend, not your significant other. The compatibility that you need to look for when you are searching for somebody is you want the compatibility of values, of your values and your morals. If that is compatible, it doesn't matter if the other things are not compatible. And here's why. So say that your morals and your values. So you don't believe in partying, you don't believe in gambling, and they don't either. And you follow, you follow a lot of the morals and values of your religious teachings, and they do too. However, you are totally not compatible because they're an outdoors person and you're not. Or you're an outdoors person and they're not. Those parts that aren't compatible are actually a good thing. And here's why. Because if you don't have the exact same likes, and I'm not talking morals and values, but the exact same likes, the things that you find enjoyable, how are you going to experience new things? The purpose of the relationship and the reason that the values and morals have to be compatible is because the rest of it will fall into place. The rest of it, if the morals and values are compatible, it doesn't matter if the rest of it is not compatible, because the truth is, you're going to now have some experiences that you would have never had before. But they're going to be really enjoyable. And here's why. Because even if you don't like doing it, so we'll use hiking as an example. I love to hike. I love being in nature. It's a huge thing for me. It kind of recharges me. It regenerates me. It gives me peace. So nature is very important to me. So we'll use hiking as an example. So if I start dating somebody who doesn't really hike much, and they decide, oh well, you know, she likes to hike. Let's go on a hike. So we go on the hike, and it's going to be a little difficult for them if they've never done it, because climbing the mountains is not always an easy task. It's physical. If you're not used to it, you'll feel it the next day. And say that they went hiking with you, and then the next day they're sore and they're achy and whatever else, and the next time you want to go hiking, they go with you. Even if they didn't like it the first time, they're not going with because they enjoy hiking. They're going with because they love you. They care about you, and they derive happiness and pleasure from watching you being happy and in pleasure with something that you're enjoying. So those superficial, those likes and dislikes are not necessarily the compatibility that you need to look for. You need to look for morals and values in compatibility. The rest of it doesn't have to always match up, because you might discover, or they might discover, something new that they would have never thought they would enjoy in their life. You get to bring them into your world, and they come into your, and you go into their world. And as long as the morals and values meet up, as long as that compatibleness is there, the rest of it is going to be a wonderful joyride of experiences together. And you may discover that both of you find something that you absolutely love together, and it becomes a big thing for you. So if you're looking for a significant other, or you're out there dating, or you're in a tough relationship and you don't know how this is working, really look at your compatibility with your morals and values. Do their morals and their values meet up with yours? If they do, then you guys can figure it out no matter what. If the morals and values do not match up, there's no chance that relationship is going to last. It's going to end up toxic. You have to, your compatibility with another human being does not have to be likes and dislikes. It has to be your morals and values. And if you stick to compatibility with somebody with morals and values, life opens up. And I'm only telling you this because I've learned this. That a lot of you know that I've been doing this for a little over 4.5 years, you know, working on me and whatever else. Because how can I expect somebody to come into my life and be a wonderful companion to me if I'm not for them? So I gotta fix me before I get into some good, healthy relationship. So what I've discovered though, because I've done a little dating and some chatting with some people and stuff, what I've discovered is the minute that I realize that they have a moral or a value that does not align with mine, I'm done. I don't judge based off of the past. But if you come into my life and you know that I don't believe in certain things, like I don't personally believe in a partying lifestyle. I'm not against somebody having a good time or going to a wedding or a birthday party or 4th of July party or something like that. But if your everyday or every weekend idea of fun is let's go get shit-faced with people, you're not going to line up with me, because that's not my idea of fun. That's not my idea of good morals or values. You're not taking care of you and your body. And you should be taking care of what God gave you. And that doesn't mean that you're always going to be perfect with it, but if somebody is constantly partying and that's all they do, and that's not something that you do, that's not going to work. And I'll share with you that last relationship, that short one that I had, which I really don't consider a relationship if it doesn't make it 90 days. If you can't make it the 3 months, then it's nothing. It was just fun for a moment. Anyways, so that one, that ended because he ended up getting back into doing math. He was back into doing math again, and I don't tolerate that. I knew he had done it in the past, I also know people who have done it in the past, who have quit and never gone back. And they've changed their life around, and they're the most amazing people in the world. When I realized that he went back to the meth, it was time that it needed to end. That value isn't matched up with my value. So, and it was easy to walk away once I realized it. Because at that point, I was like, this isn't going to work. It's just going to be heartache down the road. And that heartache, I don't want. And so, if you stick with compatibility of your morals and your values, you'll be able to weed people out a lot quicker, and you won't end up brokenhearted and back at square one like you always have in the past. Or shall I say, like I always did in the past. I'm only sharing this stuff with you guys because I've been through this, and if I had knowledge of this when I was younger, it would have made my life a lot easier. But that's why I talk to you about learning to love yourself and find your true authentic self. Because the honest to God truth is the world opens up and you meet some amazing people, and you don't have to tolerate a lot of the crap anymore because you just don't care. You don't care for gossip, you don't care for drama, and the best part is, you don't care if you end up being a villain in somebody's story. If you were with somebody and you broke up and they need to lie and tell people that you were the bad guy, when you love yourself and you find your true authentic self, you don't care what they're saying. And the reason that you don't care what they're saying is because who they're saying it to isn't really important in your life, because if they're gossiping like that, they don't share your morals and values. So that's the only reason I share this stuff with you guys, in hopes that it will help. And I honestly, if it helps one person, it did what God asked me to do, to help a fellow human being out. I'm outrageously crazy about when I get cash tips from customers, which don't happen that often, but when it does, I live in, currently I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and we've got a lot of homeless people here. So if there's somebody that's asking for money and they're homeless and I've got cash, I'm obligated to give it to them. I don't need it. My bills are going to be paid. It's not going to hurt me to give them the few bucks that I made. What they do with it is their business. Oh, and that reminds me, I was having a conversation with my great friend Mitchell the other day. We were out doing delivery, and he reminded me of something that I said to him. People want to complain that homeless people are on drugs. Well, I can't give them money. I can't help them out. They're on drugs. I'm sorry, but let's really, really look at the situation here. If you slept on the street and you had to beg people for money, wouldn't you want to forget the reality of your life? How can we judge them for them trying to medicate their pain away? We've got people who are alcoholics and run companies, and we don't look down on them. A homeless person doesn't have an address. How are they getting a job? If they don't have a home, how are they showering so they can be clean to go to the job? I mean, they're basic necessities. Food, shelter, water, clean clothes, and a bed, they don't have. They don't have it. They don't have the basic necessities that each one of us should have. And then we're going to fault them because they want to forget how shitty their life feels? That doesn't sound like that's good judgment to me. So, I'll give them some money. What they do with it is on them. What I did with it, I did what's asked of me. Be of service to people who need it more than I do. I have a roof over my head. I have a bed to sleep in. I have clothes on my back, and I have food in my mouth. I have a safe place to stay. They don't. I don't need those few bucks. It's not going to hurt me. They don't have it. And I'm not going to judge them because they decide to self-medicate Who the hell wouldn't? You have to run around feeling shamed by the rest of society because you're in this position and you don't know what got them there. Maybe it was drugs. That's not your business. Maybe it was one bad thing that just spiraled out of control. They lost their job, and then they lost their roof over their head, and then they ended up getting divorced, and now they're stuck on the street. You don't know what the problem is. You have no idea. And it's none of your business, honestly. It's their life. But they don't have the basic necessities that you do. You can't hand over a few bucks. And if you don't have a few bucks, and you're not comfortable with a few bucks, you can't stop and get them a meal from the restaurant close by, or you can't stop at the gas station or the Walmart or the Target or something else and pick up some juices and some water and maybe some snacks, some chips, some non-perishable stuff that they could have. Come on now. You get to go home and sleep in your bed and cook food in your home and eat peacefully and have safety and security. They don't. Instead, we as a society judge them and make them feel ashamed. Well, I'm saying shame on you. The truth is, you are supposed to be giving to people that have less than you. That doesn't mean they're beneath you. That doesn't mean you're above them. They have less than what you have. If you have more than they do, you should be helping. And if everybody did it, think about what a greater world this would be in. It would be a much more wonderful world. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox on that one. It's just a pet peeve. Anyways, my friend Metro was saying, you remember when you said that? He goes, I got to thinking about that. Yeah, that's probably true. He says, if I was homeless, yeah, I could see doing drugs just to forget about my freaking life being on the street like this. I said, but we don't think like that, because we live in a society that we think that everybody thinks like us, which is absurd in my opinion. I don't understand how that works. We're all individual, unique people. Why would you want to think exactly the same as other people? To me, that just seems weird. And if we all thought alike, then why do we talk to each other? If we all think exactly alike, there's no need for communication, because they think like us, so we already know what's going on. See how absurd that sounds? Anyways, so compatibility should be about morals and values and nothing else. The rest of it should be an enjoyable ride throughout life with that person. If you have questions or comments, or you want me to do a video, or you got questions and I could do a video, we could do a live Q&A at some point. Comments are below. Feel free to reach out. I leave my cell phone. You can text me, you can call me. I leave my email. You can email me. I will gladly get back to you, and we will figure out whatever you need to figure out. In the meantime, I hope you're enjoying the videos. I certainly enjoy doing them. I've been slow on getting them, but I'm in the process of, I should have another car here within the next week or so. So I will be able to go back to my normal hours and work like normal. Right now, my schedule is so messed up, borrowing somebody else's vehicle that sleep. I am so screwed up on my sleep. Anyways, with that, I'll let you have a great night. I will see you in a day or two. And don't forget what I said. Bye, guys. Love ya.